Okay, good evening, students. Hello, Rishabh. Am I audible? If I'm audible, just put the chat. Students, good evening. If I'm audible, just put yes in the chat. If I'm audible, please, if I'm audible clear and loud, put yes in the chat. Okay, so I'm getting the messages. Yes, it is audible, right? So we'll start now with the session. Fine. So we'll be able to do this session in the next 1 hour or so. So without taking much time, I'll be starting with the session on resume writing. So I take this opportunity to welcome all the students, faculty members, and if there are heads of departments, I welcome them. And we start with this session on resume writing. You should know the objective of this session on resume writing. The prime objective for this session on resume writing is now this 2021 batch, that is you people, you are going to appear for job recruitment process, and when you appear for job recruitment process, resume writing, your resume is one important element. So when you qualify the aptitude test and technical round, then you need to appear for personal interview, which is a mix of HR questions and technical questions. So during your personal interview, you require your resume. So a very important document. For example, now we have around like 71 shortlisted students from B20 interviews, which will be happening from the week of August. So we'll be getting the table soon from the HR.
Sir, your voice is not clear.
Immediately, these 71 students who are going to appear for the online InfiniQ interviews. So they will be questioned based on their resume. So you need to get resume ready. They'll be asking you to submit your resume. That's the reason why we are doing session on resume writing. And apart from this 71 students, there are also students
sir.
from B2021 batch.
Lakde, sir.
Also appearing for online interviews. For example, just now we just online on
Lakde, sir.
companies coming with packages in August, and so if you are selected, if you go to the
Lakde,
online first interview platform, there you need to submit your resume, and your resume should be very professional, very nicely crafted. It should be tailor-made, and that is why we are trying to get your resume as per your requirements as per profile. But
Lakde,
then
sir.
there is a format
Lakde, sir.
for resume, and that is to understand today how to professional resume. So today we're going to understand that format. So now if I'm clear, if my voice is clear, put yes in the chat box, because that is a fact for me, please, so that I can start with the main presentation. So if then we can start with the main presentation.
Lakde, sir.
Okay.
Lakde, sir, your voice is not clear.
Fine. So voice is breaking.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check that. Okay, I'll start once again. So good evening, students, and today we are going to do a session on resume writing. Okay, so now am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now is my voice clear now? Chirag? Hello? Is my voice clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I would like Chirag and Rishabh to give me the feedback because I would request all other students to put themselves on mute and switch off the video so that there is good bandwidth and we can do this session. So I request all the students to go on mute and switch off the video, and I request like Chirag and Rishabh to give me feedback about the voice output. Now, am I clear and loud, Chirag? Rishabh, am I clear and loud?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay,
Hello?
so I'm clear now. No problem.
Sir.
Okay, students, now if my voice is clear and loud, please put it in the chat box. Sir, your voice is clear, so that I can start with the main presentation. Okay, so now it's clear. Okay, now see, once again I'll repeat what I said a couple of minutes ago. So students, we are going to do this session on resume writing because it is a very important stage in your campus placement process. Okay, now voice is clear. Sir, now it's clear. Fine, that's great. Thank you for the feedback. So now see, the immediate application is we have around like 71 students who are shortlisted for InfyTQ online interviews. So we will be beginning with the InfyTQ online interviews maybe in the first week of August. That is what is the tentative date from the HR side. So once they onboard you for online interview, they will be asking you to submit a resume, and that's the reason why your resume should be ready with you, because the entire interview is guided by what you write in your resume. And so your resume should be very nicely crafted, it should be tailor-made, it should suit your requirement, your skill sets. So it's our duty as students to see to it that we create or draft a professional resume. So there's a format and there's a way of doing it, and that is the reason why today we are going to do this session. So I assure you that by the end of today's session, you'll be able to understand how to write a professional resume, which will help you for your online, which will help you for your online personal interview sessions. Okay, so we'll start with this now. So once again, I would like to stress this. This is just not only for InfyTQ people. It is for the entire BE 2021 batch, because we are going to do a lot of drives now in the coming months. Now, the other day we did Just Pay online recruitment drive, and so we'll be getting a shortlist. Once you get the shortlist, these people will be going for online interviews, and there they'll be requiring this resume. And in August also we are going to have few more companies whereby again the process would be online, and if you go to interview stage, you will be requiring your resume. Okay, so with this we'll start with the session. Fine. Now Rishabh, can you see the PPT resume writing part 1 on the screen? Rishabh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so fine. Student, someone give me the feedback. So you can see the PPT resume writing part 1 on the screen. Clear, right? Students?
Yes, sir.
So please give me the feedback. Someone. Okay. Thank you. So we'll begin now. So this session is divided into 2 parts: resume writing part 1 and part 2. I'll be taking you through certain models of resumes, and that we'll be doing it. Okay. Now let us understand what a resume is. Okay. A resume is a 1 or 2 page formal document that job hopefuls submit to hiring managers and employment recruiters as a means of itemizing their work experience, educational background, and special skills. Successful resumes entice potential employers to invite applicants to interview for the position. So in short, a resume, see, it is pronounced as resume. It is not resume. Okay? Resume means to restart the work, isn't it? So that's a different meaning. So the spelling, but we have 2 different pronunciations. If you pronounce it as resume, it means we will resume, or if you pronounce it as resume, it means to restart. That is, if I have to give you an example of a sentence, you can say we will resume session after 1 hour. But then same spelling, and if you pronounce it as resume, it means it's a formal written document. That's your CV. Okay. Yes.
So your voice is not clear.
Okay, I'll try and stop my video. Let us see. Okay. So now, okay. Is it clear now?
No, sir.
Is it clear now?
No, sir. No.
Voice is not clear. Okay, because I have been
There's some
doing these
disturbance, sir.
presentations for. Okay, if there's disturbance, then we should ask the participants to unmute, to mute themselves. I request all the participants to mute themselves, please.
So from your side.
I request all,
Like,
I request all the participants to mute themselves, please. Okay, now we'll begin. So, all in all, your resume should be 1 or 2 page formal document. That's all. Okay. So, when we type our resume, it should be 1 or 2 page. That's all. Not more than that. Ideally, it is 1 page, but sometimes people have a lot of information, and then okay, we can go to the second page. That is back to back printed, but not more than 2 pages. So, it is ideally 1 page. Fine. Now, let us understand the difference between a resume and a CV. See, there are some people who call this document as CV, and there are some people who call this document as resume. Now, what's the difference? So, the difference is cultural difference. The Britishers call this document as CV, whereas the Americans call it as resume. So, it's a cultural difference, but there's a small difference between a CV and a resume. So, a CV is lengthy, it runs more than 2 pages, and it is written normally by people with great experience, who have a lot of experience. Such people, they write a CV because it is more than 2 pages. Sometimes it is like 3 pages, 4 pages. Normally, people from academics, like professors, they have a lot of research papers to their credit, and they have a lot of projects to their credit, and so they write a CV. So, in short, a CV, that is a curriculum vitae, the short form is CV. It's a British term. So, this is normally written by people from the academics, and it is written by people who have experience, and there are a lot many things to mention there. They do write a CV, and a CV normally is more than 2 pages. It runs into like 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages as per the requirements. So a CV is a lengthy document, whereas a resume is an American word, and then a resume is very short. Ideally, it is 1 page. Sometimes, when there are some practical concerns, it can be 2 pages printed back to back, but not more than two. So, ideally, it is 1 page. A resume is 1 page, and sometimes it is 2 pages. So, today we are going to understand how to write a resume, because as freshers, we need to write a resume. Okay, fine. So, I have explained this. So, we'll not go into much details. You can just read it for yourself. In the meantime, I'll just check the chat. Now, is my voice clear? Can you put it in the chat, your feedback, please? So, the voice is clear now. Okay, voice is clear. That's great. That's great. Thank you. So, these are all like technical issues. Sometimes there is some issue with bandwidth and all. So, thank you for that. Okay. I'll just fix that. Okay. Now, Akanksha, I hope that there is no voice in the background now. Now, is it clear, Akanksha? So, now the voice is quite clear. There is no disturbance. Fine? Okay. So, the voice is clear. Thank you. Okay, we'll begin now. So we'll go to the slide now. Fine. So as you can see, a CV, which means course of life in Latin, is an in-depth document that can be laid out over 2 or more pages, and it contains a high level of detail about your achievements, a great deal more than just a career biography. A CV covers your education as well as any other accomplishments like publications, awards, honors, etc. So as I said, normally a CV is written by people from the academic field, professors. They do write CVs, and also people from the industry who have a lot of experience, their projects, achievements, and all. They do write this CV, which runs into more than 2 pages, which might be 3, 4, 5 pages as per the requirement. The document tends to be organized chronologically and should make it easy to get an overview of an individual's full working career. A CV is static, okay, and doesn't change for different positions. The difference would be in the cover letter. So there is not much change to be made in the CV. It is normally static, okay. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide now.
हाँ हेलो सर। हेलो सर, कुछ टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम है क्या? हाँ हाँ हाँ। ओके, चलेगा चलेगा, ओके। नहीं, थोड़ा आपका क्या करो, फैन वगैरह चालू किया है क्या? हाँ, तो फैन बंद कीजिए। और मोबाइल थोड़ा स्पीकर के थोड़ा दूर रखिए, थोड़ा मोबाइल, वो इसलिए एको साउंड आ रहा है। हाँ, फैन ऑफ कीजिए और मोबाइल थोड़ा दूर रखिए स्पीकर से ऐसे। ओके। हाँ सर।
Okay. Good evening, students. I'm sorry, like there was some power issue at my now. Now, so this is about resume. So now, if I'm clear, my voice is clear. Please put it in the chat.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, Chirag.
Your voice
Hello.
is fluctuating. Hello?
Voice is fluctuating again.
Yes,
Is it
sir.
not clear?
Now it is clear, but
Now see.
in middle it's
Okay. Now, if there is such problem, Chirag, now you are there on
yes,
Google Meet, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. So, Rishabh and Chirag, if you find that my voice is fluctuating or that it's breaking, just like interrupt me and give me that feedback. I'll change my this headphone.
Yes,
Okay.
sure, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, yeah. So from my side now there is no background voice. It's all clear-cut silence from my side. Now this voice is from the student side. I request all the students to please mute themselves, please. I request the students to mute themselves. Okay. I request all the students to mute themselves. Okay. Now, is my voice clear and audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. We'll begin, and after like 1 minute or so, I'll ask for your feedback. Okay. I hope what I'm saying is quite clear and quite audible. If it, then just give me that feedback in the chat window, and I'll just change my headphone. Fine. Okay. Now we'll begin with the slides. Now I'm talking about resume. So as you can see, a resume or resume is a concise document, typically not longer than 1 page, as the intended reader, that is the HR manager, will not dwell on your document for very long. The goal of a resume is to make an individual stand out from the competition. So in short, a resume is a 1 page document, and it should help the HR to understand your profile. The job seeker should adapt the resume to every position they apply for. So what is very important is when you're applying for a power programmer's role, then you should accordingly make the changes and highlight those related skills. If you're applying for a different role, maybe it is a marketing profile or a sales profile, website profile that comes, for example, Baiju's. So that time you need to highlight your related marketing or sales skills. So accordingly, you need to alter it. The job seeker should adapt the resume to every position they apply for. It is in the applicant's interest to change the resume from one job application to another, or to tailor it to the needs of the specific post. A resume doesn't have to be ordered chronologically. Okay, see, this is very important point. See, when you see a CV, it is ordered chronologically, that is year wise, like, isn't it? 10th, 12th, and then your graduation. But then in a resume, the things are very dynamic. It does not have to cover your whole career like CV. So a resume doesn't cover your whole career like a CV, because you just highlight the important landmarks of your career. You just highlight the important skills. Okay, that is why a resume is highly customizable document. That is, a resume, you can customize it as per your profile and as per your skills, and I'll be showing it in the model resumes. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. Before I go to the next slide, let me just have a quick feedback. If my voice is clear, just put it in the chat window so I can understand if I am audible, if my voice is clear. Okay. Now
So it
the
was
last
fluctuating
spell.
in the middle.
So there is some problem in the voice output, right?
Yes.
Chirag?
Yes, sir.
So there's some okay, I'll just change the headphone and let it change the headphone. Now, Chirag, am I audible? Hello, Chirag, am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you are audible,
You're
but
audible, sir.
your
Yes, sir.
voice is low.
Okay, now is the voice clear?
Yes, sir, clear,
Echoing.
but echo हो रहा था.
Okay, this is because there are people on board who are unmuted themselves. So please do not unmute yourself. I request everyone to mute themselves. Mute themselves so that there is no echo now. Now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll begin now. Yeah, thank you. I request the participants to please mute themselves, okay, so that we have a clear output. I don't know, because we normally do a lot of sessions online. This is the first time I'm getting this issue. Still fine, we'll proceed now. Okay, now you can see the difference. As stated, three major differences between CVs and resumes are the length, the purpose, and the layout. So one major difference is the length. So as I said, CV is lengthy, whereas a resume is just one-page document. And then the purpose, and then the layout. A resume is a brief summary of your skills and experience over 1 or 2 pages. So a resume is just a brief summary of your skills and experience just over 1 or 2 pages. CV is detailed. It can stretch well beyond 2 pages. The resume will be tailored to each position, whereas the CV is static and any changes will be in the cover letter. So you change resume as per the job requirements, whereas CV is static, you don't change it. Whatever changes you do it in the cover letter, which is the covering cover letter is the cover letter with which you just send your CV as an attachment. Okay. A CV has a clear chronological order listing the whole career of the individual, whereas a resume's information can be spread around to best suit the applicant. I would say the main difference between a resume and a CV is that a CV is intended to be a full record of your career history, and a resume is a brief, targeted list of skills and achievements, and that is what the HR requires, because the HR has to interview maybe like 10, 20, sometimes 30 today. So at a glance, you should understand what are your skills and what are your achievements, and that's the reason why we a resume. Fine. Now, if my output was clear, and if it was clear and audible, just put yes in your chat box so that I get the feedback, please. Chirag and Jeff, am I clear now for this?
Sir, it's fluctuating again.
And I don't think there's any problem from my end, because I do it normally every day and things are very clear. So maybe there's some bandwidth issue today. But I'm using, so there's no issue normally with. Okay, so it's not clear, you're saying.
Yes, sir. It's not clear.
Then should I use the earlier headphone? Hello?
So you're not audible, sir.
I use the headphone. Okay, now I'm using the previous one. Let us proceed now. Right? Okay, maybe it's a bandwidth problem. Let us proceed. just a revision. So, as I said, CV is long. Normally, it is more than 2 pages. Covers your entire career and is static. You cannot make much changes into CV. Whereas a resume is short. It is 1 or 2 pages. There is no particular format rule, but then there is a general structure of writing a resume, and we'll be looking at that. And resume is highly customizable. Okay. So usage around the world. A resume is the preferred application document in the US and Canada. Americans and Canadians would only use a CV when applying for a job abroad or if searching for an academic or research oriented position. Fine. In UK, Ireland and New Zealand, a CV is used in various contexts. The CV prevails in mainland Europe. And that's the reason why Britishers, people from England, they term this document as CV. In Australia, India, South Africa, the terms resume and CV are used interchangeably. That is, loosely we use it as like synonyms. Loosely I'm saying. So in India, South Africa, Australia, we use the terms resume and CV interchangeably. That is, loosely we use it as synonyms. But then I have told you the fine difference. The term resume is used more for jobs in the private sector, and CV is more commonplace when applying for public service positions. So this is one more thing to it. Okay. Now, how was the voice quality? Please put it in the chat box, and Chirag and Rishabh, please give me the feedback.
Sir, it was better than before, but fluctuating.
Okay, but can you understand what I'm saying? Can you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay, fine. So we'll have to manage because this is not in our hands. This is something like internet issue or bandwidth. Okay. So we'll proceed. Please bear with me.
Yes, sir.
Because we need to get it done. Okay, now we'll be looking on model resume. So this resume is of Naman Jain, and he is from Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, a real-time student of WIT Sholapur, and he got selected in Infosys. And let's have a look at his resume. He used this resume for his real-time interview of Infosys. Fine. Okay. Now, look at the resume. Fine. So, Chirag, can you see the resume?
No, sir.
Rishabh, you can't see the resume on the screen?
No, sir, it's not visible.
No, sir.
Because I can see
Introduction
it here on my screen.
slide.
The Naman Jain, the resume is titled as Naman Jain. Is it visible now?
Yes,
So only PPT is visible.
Only the PPT is visible. But some people are saying it's visible.
Not visible, sir. Only PPT is visible, sir.
Okay, what do you see on the screen now? Model resume 1, do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Do you see model resume? Name Naman Jain, company Infosys Limited. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now I'm clicking on the hyperlink. Let us see. Now can you see the
No, sir.
CV? Okay, I'll open
CV
it
is
from
not
my.
visible, sir.
Okay, no problem. I'm opening it now. Okay, can you see it?
No, sir.
You cannot see the CV. It's a PDF file.
No, sir. Yes, the PDF file is not visible, sir. Just the PPT slide is visible.
Okay. Fine. What I'll do is I'll send this model CV on WhatsApp group. Maybe there's some issue here. We'll go to the next slide now. Okay, now can you see this resume writing part 2 on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll complete this part 2 and then I'll share those model resumes on the group. Okay. So as I said, a resume is just like 1 or 2 page document. Okay, now let us discuss some guidelines for resume writing. So there's nothing like a perfect resume or CV. Okay, the assumptions of a good resume are based on guidelines in the books or guidelines by experts on the internet or HR experts and our own experiences. But then there are certain guidelines, characteristics which are more or less added to by many while writing a resume. And so we are going to see this guidelines. Fine. Now, see, should not be more than 1 or 2 pages. A recruiter will not spend more than a minute on each resume. So, you should see to it that your resume should not be more than 1 or 2 pages. As a recruiter will not spend more than a minute on each resume. So, ideally it is 1 pages. Ideally it is 1 page, but sometimes it can be 2 pages if you have a lot of information. Should be in a simple language and not verbose. So I would request that you should use simple, correct English. That's all. Don't make it figurative. It is not a poem. It is not literature. It is a simple job document. Okay. Another important thing is it should be grammatically correct. Spell check is essential and should not have any false information. It's very important. No need to give a heading like resume, CV or biodata according to HR experts. So I always seen this. I always got this real-time feedback from the HRs during interviews that there is no need to put a heading like resume or CV at the top because it is self-explanatory. Anyone who looks at this particular document, he can understand it is a resume. So no need to give a title like resume. And then no need for a declaration at the end with name, place, date, etc. There are a lot of people who give a declaration at the end. The above information is true to the best of my knowledge. They sign. It is not required. It is not required. Why? Because this is legal matter and the company takes care of the legal matter by signing this particular aspect of information, that is the information submitted to the company is true. They have their own employment form and there you fill up the things and you sign it. Before signing, this particular line is always there. So no need for a declaration at the end with name, place, date, etc. Please don't do this. Okay, so far clear. No problem. We can proceed to the next slide now.
Yes, sir.
They are not audible, sir.
Okay. Not audible. What is the problem? See, I changed headphones, Both the headphones are working well on other devices. I don't understand what's the problem. Hmm? Okay. One more thing is always stick to one tense throughout and don't use words like I, me, we, etc. Okay. So never personalize your resume by using words like I, me, we. That is not required. Don't do this. Then highlight achievements statistically, like first in college, second in university, first prize in paper presentation, etc. So wherever possible, you need to use these numbers and figures because they are attractive. They tell your ranking, they quantify your achievements. So wherever possible, always highlight your achievements statistically by using words like or phrases like first in college, second in university, first prize in paper presentation, etc. And you need to highlight that part. Okay, do not do your personal SOC analysis before writing your resume, because in the resume you need to write your strengths. Please do not mention your weaknesses, that is not required. Okay, so just mention your strengths, and for that you require your resume, and use words like awarded, presenter, presented, conferred, go-getter, motivator, team player, dedicated, hardworking, result-oriented, dependable, etc. Align your resume with job requirements and highlight the related skills. So you have to highlight the related skills. That's very important. And then see few more guidelines. Use Times New Roman or Arial font. So why we are recommending Times New Roman or Arial font? Because these are reader friendly fonts. Majority of the print literature is in Times New Roman or Arial font, and our eyes are used to reading Times New Roman or Arial font. So this helps the HR understand what you are written, and he can quickly glance through the document. Then heading should be in a font size of 12 to 14, and the rest of the contents in a font size of 10 to 12 will suffice. So wherever, see, heading is like your career objective, education, projects, trends, personal details. These are all your headings. So they should be in a font size of 12 to 14, and then rest of the content can be in the font size of 10 to 12. Say for example, if you are using 14 as a font size for heading, you can use 12 for the content. And maybe if you are using 12 for the heading, then you can use 10 for the content. But then, as I said, these are just guidelines. You can definitely alter them as per your requirement, because if you have too much of details and it is not fitting on one page, and you want to get it fitted on one page, then it's better that you reduce the heading size and the content size. Then from 14 you can come to 13, from 13 12 is there. You can also use 11 as a heading, and then you can use 12 as the content size. So it is quite flexible. So you have to use it as per your requirement. And important points, keywords should be highlighted or bold. They should be in bold. And make use of resume templates on the internet. So there are a lot of good resume templates on the internet. I would recommend you people to go on this canva.com. You have very good resume templates here, and you can choose one. This is just a one page template, and this really suits our requirement. So you can visit canva.com and download some resume templates and fit in your details, and it can be a wonderful one page resume. Okay. Now you need to talk about career objective. Career objective is the heart of the CV. So before I come to this, let me just have a quick look at the chat window. Okay. Just a moment. I'm just getting the feedback. Okay. Now let us go to career objective. Career objective defines your career path, so it should be written carefully. Rather, the career objective is the heart of your resume, so you should craft it very precisely and which can really reflect your career aspirations. It should be in sync with the job profile company you're applying for. It should be original and not copied. Why? Because people write lengthy and powerful, impressive career objective in their resume. And what happens in the interview? They ask you the meaning of what you have written in your career objective. Sometimes people use some wonderful, attractive phrases like to get an entry level position in a reputed multinational corporation, and whereby I can add value to the organization by developing innovative solutions. Now, when you write a phrase like innovative solutions, obviously there will be a question on this. So they will ask you, what do you mean by producing innovative solutions? So can you give me some examples from your past by you have used innovation projects or colleges? So they will check this. And if you don't have examples and if not a real skill or quality, then it is like giving false information and then you lose out. So it's also important that you write what you present. Okay. So your objective has to be original and not copied. Of course, you can take help of career objective. You can take of career objectives which are there on the internet. Then it your profile as per your environment. It should reflect your career aspirations. Okay, and so it is tailor made as per your profile. Now, here are some career objectives, and we will have a look at them. Now, Rishabh,
Yes, sir.
is it visible now?
No, sir.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll share my entire screen now. Maybe that will work. Now, Rishabh, can you see career objective page on the screen?
No, sir.
You cannot, because I shared my entire screen. Can you see this now?
No, sir.
Rishabh?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, I shared my screen and it is showing.
Even PPT is also not visible, sir.
Rishabh, is it visible now? The career objective part?
Yes, sir.
Because I shared the entire screen now. Huh?
It's visible, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. It's
Now
visible,
you
sir.
can see the career objective part?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, fine. Okay. Now what I'll do is, now see, students, you can just have a look at these career objectives. Now see, these are some model career objectives, and they are like this: seeking a career in a globally growing organization where I can learn and apply my skills and knowledge for the growth of the organization. To get an entry-level position in a multinational IT, automobile, or telecommunication company, and add value to the organization by developing innovative solutions. So here you are mentioning it, you want an entry-level position in a multinational IT, or you're from mechanical background, then you can write automobile. If you're from telecommunication engineering background and you want to go into that sector, then you can write telecommunication. So you can change as per the sector and the company. So that's the reason why I have put like IT slash automobile slash telecommunication. Then number 3 is to utilize my software skills and expertise in a globally expanding IT company that offers to utilize my software skills and expertise in a globally expanding IT company that offers professional growth and satisfaction. Now here, if you write things like professional growth and satisfaction, the HR might ask you, what do you mean by professional growth, and how do you look at satisfaction, career satisfaction? Can you elaborate on this? So you should be ready with such answers if you're using such words in your career objective. Then to utilize my re-engineering and creative potential for developing novel products and services. Okay, so here you are mentioning you want to utilize your re-engineering and creative potential. So they might ask you a question like, can you give us some examples of your creative potential? Where have you used your creative potential? Be it like engineering projects, yeah, your personal life. So you need to give them some examples if you're mentioning it here. And if you're using words like re-engineering, they might ask you like, what do you mean by re-engineering? What do you mean by developing novel products and services? Okay. Then next is to associate with an organization that supplements my present knowledge, skills, and to play a vital role in its growth. Number 6 is to work with a globally growing organization where I can be a part of a team and use my knowledge and marketing skills for the advancement of the organization. 7 is seeking a career in an organization of international repute where I can put to good use my education and personal management skills for the advancement of the organization. And 8 is to survive, to be innovative and work in line to achieve the organization's objective. 9 is to utilize my re-engineering and creative potential for developing novel infrastructure projects. Now, if I'm mentioning infrastructure projects, this can be used by civil engineering guys. And the last one is to utilize my re-engineering and creative potential for developing innovative and cost-effective electronics products and solutions. Yeah, cost-effective software products and solutions. So you can mention it this way. Now, if you are mentioning things like innovative and cost-effective, they might ask you questions like, how can you bring in innovation into our company, into your work? Can you give us some examples? Then they might ask things like, how can you make a product cost effective? Can you give me an example? So you should be ready with such answers. Okay. Now this is the model resume which I wanted to show you. Now Rishabh, can you see the model resume of Naman Jain on the screen?
Yes, sir.
So you can see the model resume of Naman Jain, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, clear, no problem. Now see, this is the model resume which I wanted to show it to you. Naman Jain used this particular resume for his Infosys interview and he is selected in Infosys. Now see, this is just a one-page document, okay? It's just a one-page document. And if I just scroll it down, just see. He had just mentioned and highlighted his skills in a very, very objective and precise manner. Now see the first part. he has mentioned his name here, Naman Jain. Then he has mentioned his branch, electronics and telecommunication engineering. Then we have this career objective. Then he has mentioned a highly organized and hardworking individual looking for an entry-level position in an organization where I can use my knowledge and skills for developing innovative and cost-effective technology solutions. So this is the career objective. So has highlighted this. Okay, and this particular template is from canva.com. Fine. Okay, any questions till this point, students? Now, is my voice clear and audible? No problem?
Yes, sir, clear.
Clear. Okay, and fine. So academic details. Now see here, he had just mentioned his academic details in the bullet format. That is 2016-20 is his period of study for B electronics and telecommunication. So he has mentioned the year because people are interested to know whether there is a year gap or what. So exactly 2016 to 20 it is 4 years, and so this is the time frame for his BE degree. Again, he has mentioned his degree branch here, electronics and telecommunication engineering. Then the college, WIT, Walchand Institute of Technology Solapur. I would request not to use short forms, use full form, that is Walchand Institute of Technology Solapur. Then B, it is pursuing. Why pursuing? Because he had written this when he was in B. So the same case applies to you when you are writing your resume. Now people will be appearing for Infosys InfyTQ interview. I'd request you to write B pursuing because it is still going on. Then the T, he has mentioned his CGPA, then SE and FE. It has to be in the reverse chronological order. Okay, CV is in the chronological order, that is 10, 12, then B. But resume is in the reverse chronological order, that is B, the last degree first, B, T, SE, FE. And then he has highlighted his HSC, Central Board of Secondary Education, his full name of school, and then the state board and percentage. Okay. And then his 10th, that is SSC, the year of passing is mentioned 2013-14, Central Board of Secondary Education, Emmanuel Secondary, Senior Secondary School, Bundi, Rajasthan. And then again he has mentioned his CGPA here. And then we have personal details, date of birth, father's name, languages known. Now see, one thing you should keep in mind here is Hindi, English, and see he has used this short form and. So you should use short forms wherever possible because you should use a minimum number of characters. You should make it as brief, as short as possible. So instead of using 3 characters, A, N, D, and, he has used short form and. Okay. Then the contact details. Now here he has mentioned marital status unmarried. Fine. But in US, they are not concerned about your personal details. So in US, you don't write about your marital status. But we are in India, and I have seen employment forms of different companies. They do have this column of marital status, married, unmarried. Okay, so you need to mention this. Even if you don't mention, not a big deal. Then contact details is very important. Phone, email, LinkedIn profile. Now, one important thing which I would really like to make here is nowadays, it's very important that you also give your LinkedIn profile link. So it's very important. So you should always have your LinkedIn profile, and you should use a tiny URL, a short form. Okay, if they want, they can cross check it and then see in the next column. So he has just used a 1-page document and 2 columns. Then now the skills. Now technical skills, Python programming intermediate, SQL intermediate, C programming, then beginner he has mentioned there, data structure, OOPS concept. Again, he has mentioned that he is beginner in this particular category. Then soft skills, management skills, teamwork, adaptability, quick learner. If you are mentioning all these skills, you should have ready-made examples with you. If you mention teamwork, then he will ask you, okay, you have mentioned that you are good in teamwork. So can you give us example or a situation where you have applied your teamwork skills or where you have used your team skills? Then if you say adaptability, then they might cross-check for the answer. They might ask you, can you give me an example whereby you have used adaptability? So you should have ready-made quick answers, and if you answer with examples they are convinced ki yes, it is your real time skill, otherwise you are just written it for the sake of writing, so this will not work. And then you have your project. So third year mini project is there. Okay, he has mentioned, then he has briefly described it. Then internship, worked as a WordPress developer in intern at Red Whale Wireless Private Limited. He has mentioned the period February to March. Certifications, Infosys certified software programmer, it counts. See, if you're appearing for a company like TCS, Wipro, and if you're Infosys certified software program, it really adds value and it helps them select, because this will give them a strong basis to select you. Okay. Then NPTEL, Introduction to C Programming, you all have NPTEL, so you can write it this in this short form. Vocational training in embedded systems at this. So he has mentioned this. Then achievements and activities. Now see, in achievements and activities has clubbed his curricular as well as extracurricular and co-curricular activities. See, normally when it comes to you, some people mention activities under extracurricular and some people mention it under co-curricular. Now what is the difference between extracurricular and co-curricular? First you need to understand that these words are related to the word curricular, means which comes from the word curriculum. Okay, so extracurricular means things which are apart from your academics. So extracurricular means your sports, your drawing, your dance, tree plantation, social work. This comes under extracurricular activities. But then there are certain activities like paper presentation competition, participation in technical symposiums. So they are a part of your curriculum, but they are parallel to it. So they are termed as co-curricular activities. So activities which are related to your academics, which support your academics, like paper presentation, like participation in project competitions, like participations in technical symposiums, project competitions, or writing a research paper, all these things they come under co-curricular activities. But then one smart way of clubbing these extracurricular and co-curricular is like just writing achievements and activities. So when you say achievements and activities, under these you can mention both extracurricular as well as co-curricular activities. So he has mentioned chief coordinator of training and placement cell. So he's highlighted the main word chief coordinator, isn't it? Worked as coordinator of entrepreneur development cell. So he has highlighted the ED cell. So you need to highlight the important words. Don't highlight everything. Then student coordinator for Vichar, and then he has mentioned selected as an intern by 3 companies from Internshala for web development internship. So this is how, this is a one-page document. Okay. Rishabh and Chirag, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
And quite visible on the screen? No problem.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
The format. So what I'll do is today evening I'll be also sending you the video link for this particular presentation, and you can definitely see these formats in that video link. So that is how it is. Now we'll be going to one more last format and then we'll say goodbye for today. Now, can you see the resume of Prakhar Jain?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Prakhar Jain, he was the TNP president and he too got selected in Infosys, and now he's working from Pune location. He has used the same CV for his interview for Infosys system engineer role. Now see, every CV has some unique aspect into it. Sorry, every resume has some unique aspect into it. Now see the way he has written his name, Prakhar Jain. Then see, instead of writing EMAIL, instead of using 4 to 5 characters, he has just used a picture. Picture is quite catching. So he has just used the picture of this email, isn't it? And then he has not written mobile mobile. He has not, instead of using these 5 characters, he has just used this picture of phone, and then this LinkedIn profile. So just mention the symbol, the picture of this LinkedIn, and one understands, yes, this is his LinkedIn profile, and then he has used this and then his address. So he's used this from Google Maps. He has used this particular symbol. So it shows his innovation here, okay, and he has posted his photograph. So it is not compulsory that you should paste your photograph here. It depends on your choice. So normal people don't like pasting the photograph, so don't do it. If you like it, paste a decent passport size color photograph, so people have an idea looking at your photograph. Then career objective: looking for a software developer's job in a reputed MNC where I can learn and utilize my knowledge and skills for developing innovative software solutions. So he did write this, and he did get and he did receive some questions on this particular career objective. They cross-checked his innovative ability. So you should be ready with these answers. Now see, what he has done is he has written a 2-page resume. As I said, ideally it is 1 page, but even if you write a 2-page resume, it is okay, but it should be back-to-back printed. Okay. Now see, he has mentioned his education in a tabular format. So just write education. Don't write educational qualification. So there are people who write educational qualification. Not required. If you're writing educational qualification, that is a part of CV. We are writing a resume. So in resume, you can just write education and then your branch, computer science engineering. Don't write CSE. Don't use short forms. Write computer science engineering. Then the program, isn't it? BET. Again, he has mentioned it in the reverse chronological order. BET, SE, HSC. Year of passing, isn't it? Then institute. Now see, one smart way is for BET, SE and FE, obviously he is a part of WIT, and so he has merged this particular, he has merged these 3 rows, and it is just one block now, and he has just written once, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. I have seen people writing this 4 times for every year. So that shows that you are not innovative, you are not creative. So it's better you merge it and write only once, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. Don't write WIT short form. You write full form, and maybe you can use it WIT into brackets, but it comes after writing the full form. And then we have Solapur University, same, and then the percentage oblique CGPA. So looking at 9.36, one understands it is CGPA. Again, there is no need to write 9.6 CGPA, 9.09 CGPA. Don't do this. It is smart work. People understand. 78 means it is percentage, 84 means it is percentage, CGPA is out of 10, and so they understand it is CGPA. So no need to put a sign like percentage after 78, no need to put a sign like percentage after 84.60, no need. At the top it is mentioned, it is either percentage or CGPA. So HRs, they know this, so they understand whether it is percentage or CGPA. And then you have these technical skills. Then languages is mentioned: beginner, PHP, Java, intermediate, Python, and then packages, then WordPress, then WooCommerce, and then he has mentioned about his internship. Okay. Now when you mention about your internship, you need to mention all these details. Okay. Before I move to the next point, let me just come to the chat window. Now, Rishabh and Chirag, am I clear? And is the CV seen clearly? Is the resume seen clearly?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, there's no problem. Okay, that's great. Okay. Now see, in internship, summer internship, or you can just mention internship, organization, Global Step Pune, duration 4th June 2018 to 2nd July 2018. Okay, and if required, you can just mention number of months in the bracket here after 2018. Project Shinobi Striker. Okay, he has mentioned the project title here, and after mentioning the project title, he has described the project in 1 or 2 lines. Worked on play through testing on beta version, soak testing, and smoke testing. You all know these. These are all technical things. Then there's one more organization where he has done the internship. Organization World Vision Sholapur. Duration he has mentioned. Description. Okay. Sorry. Then coming to the academic projects. So academic projects. Then he has mentioned in the bullet format. He has given the title Risk Analyzer 2018-19, the year in which he did that project. And then he has mentioned that project in 2 lines: prediction of project success based on logic details in service-based industries using machine learning and software engineering in Python. So he has mentioned what technologies he has used in this particular project. So that helps the HR or the technical panel understand what technologies you have worked on, and then they might put you then they might ask questions on machine learning and Python. Okay. The next is e-commerce. Khilona 2018-19 online shopping website using WordPress, WooCommerce, and running live, isn't it? This website is for toys for children, and then he has given the link so that they can cross verify and check it. Then again, e-commerce Alpha Q 2017-18 online shopping website for whole sale marketing direct to consumers and providing products of participation in marketplaces using HTML, and he has mentioned what tools and technology has mentioned used here, what languages he has used, isn't it? So this helps them understand what technology you have used. Then insurance policy management, and again he has mentioned this in 2 lines. He has mentioned that he has done this particular project using VB.NET. So indirectly he is telling them, look, I'm also expert in VB.NET, I'm expert in PHP, CSS, HTML, SQL, Python. So in a way he is highlighting his skills through his projects. And mind well, when the interview panel looks into your resume, one prime area where they really definitely cross check is your projects, because projects is the area where you directly showcase your learning. Projects is the area where you showcase your application skills, understood, and achievements. Then under achievements he has mentioned winner of computer graphics competition, second prize in VB project competition, winner of face painting, and participant in Smart India Hackathon 2018 software edition. So these are all achievements, they should be big, isn't it? Certifications, again NPTEL certifications he has mentioned. So database management system, then programming, data structures, algorithm, introduction to operating system, national programming aptitude test he participated. He has mentioned the percentage he received. Then IIT Bombay College to Corporate Workshop and Soft Skills. Michigan University is highlighting he has done a course. He is highlighting he has done a course from Michigan University, and that is how it is working. Then extracurricular activities, President Training and Placement Cell, WIT Sholapur, Coordinator Vichar 2K18, a national level symposium, member CSI, and then member ED Cell. So this highlights his extracurricular activities. Now here he had just mentioned his extracurricular activities, that is his different positions. Okay. And strengths, leadership and team skills, creativity and multitasking, self-motivated, reliable. Then hobbies also he has mentioned: guitar, drawing, gaming, and personal details, and that's all. So as you can see, there is no the signature, name, place, declaration at the end. So as I said, do not use a declaration at the end like the above information is true to my knowledge. Don't do that. Okay. So I'll just walk you through this particular document once again. He has used a tabular format. Summer internship, academic projects. Okay. So that is how things are. Okay, I'm done from my side. It's almost like 2 hours. If students have any questions, they can definitely put it in the chat box. So in the next 5 minutes, we can take some questions. So open to students for any questions. So Chirag and Rishabh, was the delivery clear? Was the voice clear?
Yes, sir. Totally clear.
Okay. Fine. So maybe we'll wait for a couple of minutes. So if there are any questions, we'll take it. Otherwise, then we'll call it a day. So I would request you people to go to canva.com, and there you can get all these templates, and that can definitely help you doing your CV. Because I would request all of you to be ready with your resume, because you'll be requiring it now. You need to upload it on the company website, and you need it during your online interviews. Okay. So fine. I hope we don't have any questions, and with this we can definitely close. Still a last call. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself, and or you can just put your question in the chat box. Okay, we have a question here. What should be the career objective for a civil engineering student? Okay, now for a civil engineering student, now see, there is one career objective here. If you can, now can you see this, Chirag? Can you see the career objective? Point number 9,
sir.
Chirag?
Yes, sir. Shiv.
Okay. So, to utilize my re-engineering and creative potential for developing novel infrastructure projects. Now, this question was from a civil engineering student. He or she is asking ki, what type of career objective should I write as a beginner? So, see, if you're applying for a company which is into civil engineering, which is into infrastructure, then it is better that you write a simple, short, effective career objective like number 9. We have written here, and it is as follows: to utilize my re-engineering and creative potential for developing novel infrastructure projects. So civil engineering is about creating infrastructure projects, and there you are saying ki you have re-engineering skills, that is, you have creativity with you, and you can use it for developing novel, innovative infrastructure projects. Okay, so if I have answered your question, we can move to the next question. And as I said earlier as well, there are civil engineering guys who apply for software jobs. So when a civil engineering student is applying for a software job, then this career objective will not suit, because this is for infrastructure companies. So if you're applying for a software company like Infosys, you need to change it, modify it. You can write like looking forward to an entry level position in a multinational corporation whereby I can use my software skills for developing innovative software products. So now you can highlight your software skills here. Okay. Okay, sir, please share those 2 resumes in the TNP WhatsApp group. Yeah, definitely, I'll be sharing. See, I have 2 videos on resume writing, and they will help you to write your own resume. And in those videos, you have link for these 2 templates which I had mentioned. So today I'll be sending those resume writing videos on the WhatsApp group. You can go through them, and they will help you understand how to write your resume once again. And those 2 templates are available in those 2 resumes, that is Prakhar Jain's resume and Naman Jain's resume. These 2 resumes are there in 2 videos. I'll do it, but I would request now, see, as an outcome of this session, I would request all of you to write your resumes, and if you have any doubt, you can definitely call me 24/7. I'm always there to receive your calls, and you can get your doubts clarified. But now today is 31st, right? So what I would request is, in the next 2 days, that is by 2nd, especially these 71 students who are going to write InfyTQ, who are going to appear for InfyTQ interviews, these 71 students should be ready with their resumes by 2nd of August. So I will be requesting you to upload your resumes on a link created by TNP. So, and you'll be also submitting your resumes to your departmental placement coordinators. Okay, so we will be doing that. So in the next 2 days, that is by 22nd, that is by 2nd of August evening, your resume should be ready, especially these 17 people who are going to appear for Infosys interviews. The rest of the people, they can do this in the next 4-5 days, but we will be sending you a link whereby you need to upload your resumes. See, I have always seen this. Now TCS Code Vita is going to start, Infosys recruitment will start. So these companies, they will ask you to upload your latest resume. So you should have one latest with you. Fine. Then if I have answered, okay. Sir, when will be the mock interviews be conducted? Okay, good question. So Akanksha Anakala, okay, Reddy is asking, sir, when will be the mock interviews be conducted? Good question. Now we are going to conduct these mock interviews first for the 71 InfyTQ qualified students. So very soon, now see, step 1 was resume writing. So in the next 2 days, your resume will be ready. Most probably within a couple of days, we'll be doing Professor Genjes's session. He'll be doing a session webinar on project, how to handle questions related to your projects and how you can tackle these questions related to your projects in the online interview. So Professor Genje would be doing a webinar on how to handle or how to respond to questions related to your projects. Okay, so as I understand, in the last 15 days you are busy working with your project guides, understanding the entire cycle of the project, the front end technology used, the back end technology used, and your role in it, and its market relevance. So you'll be doing all those things. You have been doing all those things in the last 15 days. Now it's time we close that process with Professor Genje's session on projects. Once we do the session on projects, we'll be onboarding you for mock interviews. So we'll do that. I'll let you know that. Fine, but we have to be very fast. Any other question? Okay, so thank you so much. It was a great time with you interacting, and hopefully we'll be doing our resumes, and I'll be sending you the videos on the WhatsApp group, and maybe within the next couple of days our resumes will be ready and you'll be uploading it on the DNP link. So thank you so much, students. Thank you so much for your support. Happy learning. Thank you.